Kara recently turned 18. Her parents like to travel abroad, so she lives alone in a big house. Literature is her only escape from boredom. She has one dream: to be loved. And today, something new will happen in her life. She will meet a writer like herself, her teacher Jonathan. He has found inspiration in this remote town. Kara arrives at class earlier than anyone else. This surprises Jonathan, and he asks her where she lives. They exchange stories about their lives. Jonathan is amazed that Kara has read the entire curriculum. Kara jokingly replies that she likes it rough. Then Winnie enters the classroom and takes her friend aside to talk. While they're gone, Jonathan looks through Kara's books. He is interrupted by Boris, who immediately notices that Jonathan is reading one of Kara's books because the plot is very vulgar. Boys wouldn't normally read that sort of thing. As it happens, Kara loves to read a book written by Jonathan. He lives with his wife, Beatrice, who is also a writer. He mentions that his student is reading his book. The duo starts to dance, but is interrupted by a phone call from Emmy. A new day begins. The teachers are relaxing, sitting on a bench and drinking coffee. Boris asks if there are any ghosts in the forest. A second later, Kara emerges from the woods and walks straight up to the teachers. Boris offers her a cookie, while Jonathan can't take his eyes off Kara. A little later, Winnie tries to get Boris's attention. She says openly that she's interested in talking to him. Kara calls her obsession ridiculous. After class, the friends get together. Kara admits that she is struggling to find a topic for her next book. Winnie suggests that they experience something that might inspire a theme, like a plot with teachers. The problem is that neither of them has had a serious relationship before. Winnie wants her first date to be with Boris. Kara also needs to understand that Mr. Jonathan looks at her in a special way, but Kara denies it. She spends the rest of the day reading Jonathan's book. During class, however, they can't stop looking at each other. Jonathan asks her to come and see him after class, and all Kara can think about is getting his full attention. Later, Jonathan decides to dance a little, but Kara interrupts him. She promises not to tell anyone about his hobby. Jonathan suggests she go to a poetry club. Maybe something there will surprise her. He has read her latest work and really liked it. Kara blushes with embarrassment and explains what her piece was about. Jonathan laughs and tells her to write a story in the style of her favorite author. Kara accepts, adding that she has read his entire book. She then repeats some of the sentences she liked best. Jonathan doesn't even know what to say. Kara breaks the awkward silence and apologizes, just as Winnie enters the room, ending their conversation. Today, the teacher and Beatrice go to a cafe. Winnie also works there. Boris teases her while Beatrice asks him how beautiful the girl is who read his book. He replies that she is very clever and unique. Beatrice decides to explain that Jonathan isn't really a writer. He chose to work as a teacher and hasn't written a new book since. Tomorrow, Kara goes to the writing club. She feels that this will be a very important day for her. Jonathan is happy to see her. A young man takes the stage and reads his piece. Jonathan listens intently, while Kara looks only at Jonathan. The next day, Kara brings coffee for the teachers. Boris shares his biscuits. Kara doesn't understand how Boris can make such delicious cookies, but keeps them to himself. He could sell them, and Winnie could design the logo. Later, the girls visit Jonathan. He tells them that he is going on holiday with his wife. Winnie notices how cute the duo are together, and when the teacher leaves, she suggests that Kara should make the first move and seduce Jonathan. Their conversation is interrupted by Boris, who has decided to sell his cookies. Winnie quickly joins him, saying she just needs his number. Later that day, Kara phones Jonathan. He promises to visit her before he leaves. Kara reflects that when love is real, it is silent and inevitable. A few hours later, Jonathan arrives at Kara's house. She comes out wearing a white dress. Jonathan can only stand and watch as she walks towards him. Kara stops and tells him to come closer. Jonathan stands still, so Kara takes the first step and kisses him. When he returns home, Kara continues to send him messages. The messages irritate Beatrice, forcing Jonathan to retreat to the shed. There, he begins to read Kara's new book. He becomes engrossed and imagines that they are the main characters. Unable to resist, he does something inappropriate. A new day begins. Kyra notices Jonathan's strange behavior. She asks him what's wrong. Jonathan replies that she has to choose a new writer. She replies that he asked her to write a book on a subject she knows. Jonathan asks if she really knows it. Kyra replies, "It's about us." Seeing how nervous he is, Kara explains that it's about two similar people who defy social boundaries. Jonathan still thinks the book is too mature. Kara is convinced that he's just scared. They are no longer strangers. Jonathan tries to explain that she is his student, and he is her teacher. Kara still wants him to admit that the work is good, but Jonathan refuses to acknowledge it. She describes him as excessive, but not ambitious. He could be much better, but at the moment, he's irresponsible. Before she leaves, she drops her story in the administration's mailbox. In the evening, the friends get together. Winnie asks if Kara likes Jonathan. Kara calls him a sushi sauce imitation, but admits she loves him anyway. Meanwhile, Beatrice learns that Jonathan's student has written something, but doesn't know who it's about. She manages to persuade him to talk about it. Kara suggests that Winnie write to Boris, which she does. Later, Boris visits Jonathan's family. Beatrice notices Boris texting someone, but can't work out who. The conversation shifts, and Boris puts his phone away. Jonathan receives a call from the administration accusing him of inappropriate relations with Kyra, but he denies everything. He realizes that if Kara manages to prove that there was something between them, he could lose his job. Beatrice adds that it wouldn't just be his job, and begs him to tell the truth. Jonathan swears that nothing has happened. The next day, Kyra skips class. Winnie looks very confused. She tries to make Jonathan feel guilty, but he remains cold. Later, Kyra goes to the headmaster and tells him about her adventures. Jonathan has to defend himself. He's lucky that their stories match. In response to his final question, Kyra says that nothing happened that she didn't like. Obviously, Jonathan doesn't know what she said, and the question leaves him deeply unsettled. During the break, Boris realizes that Jonathan has fallen for Kyra. He's unlucky because he doesn't see the line that can't be crossed. That's why he's in such a mess. Back home, Beatrice confronts him with her own questions. She doesn't believe his lies. Jonathan can't deny that there was a spark between him and Kyra. This is the last straw. Beatrice decides to file for divorce. Winnie visits Kyra and begs her not to hurt Jonathan. She will ruin his life just because she wants revenge for being rejected. Winnie says that she will stand up for Jonathan and claim that Kyra is lying. Kyra quickly replies that Winnie won't be able to do that. She has dirt on Winnie and Boris. As Kyra finishes writing her book about herself and Jonathan, the film ends. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.